You lit up the candles and it added more beauty to the table that is set up for the family dinner. The backyard was beautifully set up for the family dinner and everyone was happy and excited. Finally, the day has come. You smiled as your cousin seems to be the happiest. Then you all sat around the table. Jungkook took his seat beside you while you flashed him a soft smile. This was the first time he's joining your family for a dinner, and that is why this time it's more exciting for you. You didn't think he would agree to come with you, but he did, and this shows that things have started to work with you guys. As you all sat down and started to eat while talking about a lot of random things, the conversation flowed easily at first, light-hearted and full of laughter, but soon the topic shifted to more personal matters. So, how's married life treating you both? Your cousin asked while her eyes glinting with mischief. You forced a smile because things have just started to work out between both of you, so you don't really like talking about it because your cousins still think that because it was an arranged marriage, you are not happy. It's going well. We are both busy, but we make it work. Busy, huh? That's what people say when they don't want to admit the truth. Isn't that right, Jungkook? Your aunt suddenly spoke in the middle while looking at you and Jungkook. You both shared a glance with each other as you didn't want this dinner to be a bad experience for Jungkook, but you also know your family very well. But Jungkook was calm as ever. He knows how to handle things, and this is the quality you are also learning from him slowly. We are managing just fine. Your mother smiled. You are so mature and understanding as always, son. I'm so happy things are working well between both of you. Your uncle leaned forward while a smirk playing on his lips. Come on, we are family here, no need to pretend. We all know how hard it is for someone with so many insecurities to keep a man like Jungkook satisfied. Your smile dropped as you have never thought this would come like this. Even Jungkook was not ready to hear this, and he felt a spark of anger inside him. Your face flushed with embarrassment and you struggled to find your voice. I don't think that's... Exactly, remember that time you wouldn't go swimming because of your scars? You were so embarrassed. I bet Jungkook's never seen those, has he? Her voice was loud and taunting. Laughter erupted around the table, their eyes filled with judgment and ridicule. You could feel the weight of their words pressing down on you, making you want to disappear. Jungkook's grip around the glass that he was holding tightened. He looked at you and could see how you were feeling like an outsider in your own family. In fact, he was surprised how your own family can be so cruel towards you. You looked at him and tried to force a smile, but he was not in the mood to ignore all this. He felt like they were not insulting you but him. He looked at them, ready to let them know that they have no right to make fun of his wife. I don't think making fun of someone's insecurity should be the topic of discussion. Jungkook finally spoke. His words were steady and firm. The laughter died down and everyone turned to look at him surprised. It shows a lot about one's personality when they choose to belittle others rather than lift them up. A pinch of silence spread all over while your family members shifted uncomfortably in their seats, avoiding Jungkook's piercing gaze. He looked at you holding your hand under the table, letting you know that he's always with you. She is the most beautiful person I know. Every scar, every so-called flaw, they only make her more perfect to me. So if anyone here has a problem with that, you might want to reflect on why you feel the need to put others down. You felt tears filled in your eyes, overwhelmed by his unexpected defense. Jungkook squeezed your hand gently, a silent reassurance that he was with you. We all have our insecurities, but how we handle them and how we treat others despite them is what truly defines us. he said, looking around the table while your family members has held low because of embarrassment. They murmured their apologies, clearly taken aback by Jungkook's calm yet powerful words. The atmosphere shifted and the conversation moved to lighter topics. Though the earlier tension was still there, but today, seeing Jungkook taking a stand for you, it made you realize you guys have come closer than you thought. After the family dinner, you came back home. Usually, you would stay a night with your family, but today they just proved that sometimes your own people can be the biggest heartbreak. But in all this, you also realized how much Jungkook cares about you. He didn't listen to them, didn't keep quiet like he usually stayed. Instead, he took a stand for you, and that was the sign your sacrifice for this marriage was now worth it. Jungkook might be a little cold-hearted, but he would never let anyone disrespect or let his wife down. As you came back, Jungkook noticed that you were silent the whole ride and also looking a bit sad right now. It was obvious because those who made fun of you were no other than your own family members. And he could see that it wasn't the first time. Maybe that's why you don't feel much attached to them. He came near you while his eyes soft and he gently cupped your face. Wyan, don't let their words get to you. They don't know you like I do. Tears spilled down your cheeks, but they're right. I'm so insecure about my body. How can you even stand to look at me? Jungkook shook his head, his eyes filled with nothing but love and adoration. You are perfect to me, every inch of you, he whispered while his lips brushed against your forehead. Your heart skipped a beat when he began with a kiss on your forehead, lingering there as if to chase away every negative thoughts. His lips moved to your eyes, kissing each one softly. These beautiful eyes that hold so much emotion and strength. He whispered against your skin, sending shivers down your spine. You have never seen this side of him before, but you were liking it. His kiss trailed down to your nose, then your cheek. Your tears continued to fall. Every inch that he was kissing, those insecurities were becoming your biggest strength. You never thought that one day someone will make you feel so much better about your insecurities that you were dealing with for years. He guided you to sit on the edge of the bed, kneeling in front of you while his hands caressed your arms and his lips pressing tender kisses along the scars that you had always tried to hide. You trembled, overwhelmed by his tenderness. Jungkook looked up at you while his eyes locking with yours. You don't have to hide from me. I love all of you, insecurities and all, he said while his voice filled with emotion. He again began to kiss you. His kisses were soft and tender as if he was worshipping you. He moved to your neck, your shoulders and your arms, paying special attention to places you hated most. His words, combined with the tenderness of his touch, broke something inside you. You sobbed, clinging to him as he continued to kiss every inch of your exposed skin. Each kiss a silent promise that he would always be there to protect you, to cherish you. Tears flowed freely now, but they were different. Tears of release, of acceptance. Jungkook stood, pulling you into a gentle embrace. His arms wrapped around you, holding you close. You're beautiful, Wyan, every part of you, and I'm so lucky to have you in my life. He whispered into your hair while you sobbed against his chest. The weight of your insecurities was slowly lifting. Jungkook's love and acceptance seeped into your soul, mending the pieces that had broken. He pulled back, holding your shoulder, and looked into your eyes. I love you, never forget that. Jungkook then moved his hand to your back, slowly sliding them down to the small of your back, but you stiffened, knowing where he was heading. Your biggest insecurity, a large scar running across your lower back from an old surgery, was something you had always been deeply self conscious about. The moment his fingers brushed near the area, you backed away, shaking your head. Jungkook, please no. Jungkook paused as he noticed you weren't even looking at him, and he knew this scar gives you your biggest insecurity. It's okay, he said softly, but you couldn't meet his gaze and looked away instead. He gently took your hands, holding them firmly yet tenderly, and guided them behind your back, locking them there. Just trust me, he whispered while his voice filled with gentle reassurance. His eyes never left yours as he lowered his lips to the scar, placing the softest kiss on the jagged line. He kissed it once, then again and again, each kiss filled with love and acceptance. This scar is a part of you. It tells a story of your strength and resilience. It's a part of what makes you beautiful to me. He said softly, tracing the line, and then kissed it again while you swallowed as tears made your vision blurry. You closed your eyes, letting his words wash over you. The warmth of his kisses and the insincerity in his voice made the walls around your heart crumble. He kissed along the entire length of the scar, not missing an inch, making sure you felt his love and acceptance with every touch. When he finally pulled back, he looked into your eyes. I love every part of you, and you're perfect to me, just the way you are. I've always hated this scar. It makes me feel so flawed. You said while your voice was breaking down. Jungkook wiped off your tears and lifted up your chin to make you look at him. I don't see it that way. To me, it's a mark of your strength and survival. You're not flawed. You're perfect as you are. But how can you love something so ugly? You asked, tears streaming down your face. He cupped your face in his hands, his thumbs wiping away your tears. Because I love you, every part of you, and this scar is a part of your journey, a part of what makes you who you are. It's beautiful to me because it's a part of you. In that moment, surrounded by his warmth and the sincerity in his eyes, you believed him. For the first time, you felt a glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, you could learn to love yourself too. You looked into Jungkook's eyes, feeling a mixture of vulnerability and hope. His strong gaze gave you the courage to continue. I've always been so scared that someone would see this scar and think less of me, that they would see me as a damaged or broken. Jungkook's heart ached hearing how much you were fighting with your own insecurities inside. He shook his head. You are not damaged or broken. You are strong, and you have been through so much. This scar is just a reminder of that strength. There's nothing to be insecure about, Vian. You're absolutely gorgeous. You let out a shaky breath. His words were working like a balm to your wounded soul. I wish I could see myself the way you see me. Jungkook's expression softened even more, if that was possible. He leaned in, pressing his forehead against yours. You will, in time, and until you do, I'll keep reminding you every day how beautiful you are. You closed your eyes, feeling the warmth of his presence and the sincerity in his voice. Thank you whispered, feeling a sense of relief wash over you. Jungkook pulled back slightly while a tender smile on his lips. You don't have to thank me. I'm just telling you the truth. He continued to hold you close, his hands gently rubbing your back in soothing circles. You have been through so much and you have come out stronger on the other side. That's something to be proud of, not ashamed of. You nodded, starting to feel a small hope of acceptance. It's just hard sometimes to see myself that way. I know, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm here and I'm always be here to remind you. Just don't let anyone downgrade you. You should accept that you are beautiful and strong, he said softly. Jungkook's fingers traced the line of the scar one last time, his touch gentle and loving, and this time you didn't flinch. Instead, you let him define every inch of you. This scar doesn't define you, it's just a part of you and to remind you how strong you are. He took a deep breath, feeling the truth in his voice. I'm trying to believe that. You said as your voice steadier now. He smiled, his eyes filled with warmth and love. That's all I can ask, and I'll be here with you every step of the way. You leaned into his embrace, feeling the weight of your insecurities lift just a little bit. For the first time in a long while, you felt a glimmer of hope. With Jungkook by your side, you knew you could start to see yourself in a new light. Thank you, Jungkook, for loving me and for helping me to see that I'm worth loving. He kissed your forehead, his lips lingering there as if sealing a promise. Always, I'll always love you just as you are.